Martha, also new at 5, there is now a push to ban rent control measures across our state. Florida Senate President proposed that ban for this year's legislative session. She announced the proposal as Orange County's now fighting for its own rent control measure. In August, the county leaders here voted to put the measure on the November ballot. But in October, an appeals court blocked it, saying it didn't illustrate an existing housing emergency. Last month, the county decided to take the issue to the Florida Supreme Court. Channel 9's Chantal Navarro is live in Orlando tonight. And Chantal, the state proposal does more than ban rent control, though.
Yeah, that's right. I have the bill proposal right here in my hands. It's about 6 pages long. It talks about affordable housing and helping through tax incentives for developers. But right at the beginning, it talks about forbidding rent control completely across Florida. It took months of back and forth to get rent control on the ballot and have it passed by Orange County voters. And now it's hanging in the balance of the Supreme Court with yet another hurdle, the Live Local Act.
Do you want the local government to tell you how much money you can charge for that? Of course not. We can't tell you how much to charge in rent.
Senate President Kathleen Pasadomo sat alongside bill author and Senator Alexis Calatiyud in support of the proposed bill. In hopes to offset rising real estate costs, it seeks to give incentives to corporate landlords and encourage mixed-use developments. But right at the beginning, it removes provisions in current law allowing local governments to impose rent control.
What is the next thing? How much you could sell it for?
As an advocate of Orange County's Rent Stabilization Act, Representative Eskamani believes this will move us in the wrong direction, centering the conversation around building owners instead of those living in the homes.
It's immediately taking away local control and meanwhile doesn't provide any immediate relief and doesn't do anything as it comes to the need for renters and renter rights.
But with still more than a month left until session, Eskamani is hopeful for amendments to be made for this, or through a House version of the bill.
I think there's a bipartisan understanding that we have a housing crisis and have had one for several years.
I also reached out to the nonprofit Florida Rising about the Live Local Act. Now, they were big advocates for the Rent Stabilization Act as it was going through, and they were supporting voters through this. And they said this is a complete insult to renters, and they're really hoping that things change before session. Now, this next legislative session is March 7th. Live in Orlando, Chantal Navarro, Channel 9 Eyewitness.